In this season on the Big Talk YouTube channel, I am going to be showcasing the 9 speakers who performed at the Big Talk Academy's virtual showcase. These 9 speakers are so incredible and they all have very powerful, unique stories to tell. And I hope you will tune in for the entire season. Tamika Felder, feel the fear and do it anyway. Tamika Felder is passionate about empowerment and she spreads her unique message of survival and resilience with people around the globe. An award-winning television producer, Tamika is recognized as a leading voice in the rapidly growing patient engagement field, having built award-winning patient ambassador programs and powerful awareness campaigns that united patients and industry. The author of Seriously, What Are You Waiting For? 13 Actions to Ignite Your Life and Achieve the Ultimate Comeback. Tamika also empowers everyday people to bounce back by equipping them with tools to find perspective after tragedy and loss. Tamika Felder, everyone.
As children, we are mostly fearless. We are little daredevils. We taste things that we probably shouldn't. We experience things, we go places, we put our hands in not necessarily cookie jars, but places and crevices that we shouldn't. It's because we're fearless. And at some point in life, we're not fearless anymore. But as children, we have that innate power within us to want things, to be fearless, and to get and achieve them any way that we can. We start our life with, I want to be. When I grow up, I will be. When I think about myself, I want to be a fireman. I want to be a police officer. For me, it was being an actress. Growing up in South Carolina, I spent a lot of time with my mom, my grandma, and my aunties when I wasn't in school, and I got reeled into soap operas. And I mean the good ones, Young and the Restless, Guiding Light, Bold and the Beautiful. And they were on 5 days a week. So there was plenty to watch, and it was so good and so juicy. The storylines were absolutely intoxicating. And I wanted to be an actress. I wanted to do what I saw in the soap operas. As I matriculated through school and guidance counselors started talking about what the future looked like, what we would be doing, what would you do after graduation? My ideas of being an actress weren't well received, despite being a part of many school plays, lots of local theater, and loving it. I loved being on stage, but adulthood kicks in. And that comes with expectations, responsibilities, and people putting you in a box and seeing yourself through their lens. So that meant no actress. But it's not all bad. I did move on. I became a television producer and TV host, and I loved it. I got my little taste of being in front of the screen, sharing stories, and living my life. And then at 25, cancer came in. And it kicked in the door of my wonderful life. I'm thankful that I didn't lose my life, but it changed me forever. And it made me fearful. I'd gotten to a place where I lived my life out loud, or at least I thought I did. And then cancer came and said, live in this box. Stay here, don't go here. Maybe you can move here, but you have to be careful with life and be in this box. Because what if your cancer returns? But I survived life, so I wanted to live. Fear, whether you have cancer or not, is crippling. It's toxic. It comes in and it holds you hostage. It keeps you from moving forward. It keeps you in bondage. I think of Harriet Tubman and the fear she must have felt when she was helping free slaves. When she would go to plantations, grab them from the South, and take them through states, swamps filled with snakes, alligators, and people trying to capture and possibly kill them. But she did it anyway. She felt that fear because freedom was the absolute sweetest word. But in order to get to the free, she had to feel the fear. Once I survived cancer and lived my life and thought about all the things that I wanted to do, I realized I had survived. That meant I needed to live. I thought about my parents who grew up in a time in South Carolina where they were kept in a box. But despite that box, they built a solid foundation for their children. They wanted us to be able to do and be whatever we could be. My father often told me, Tamika, you can be and do anything that you want. That's quite exceptional for a Black father to tell a Black daughter in this world that we live in. And even though I felt it, there was always that inkling of fear. But that's what fear does. It creeps in, but it's what you do with it. I survived, so I have to thrive. And that means living my life on my terms. I look back, and when I think about how do I live beyond fear, I think about the 150 steps that I climbed to get to the top of the Acropolis in this body. I think about walking up the Great Wall of China and then coming down in a toboggan, scared that I wouldn't fit in the toboggan, but how could I be there and not do it? That's what's living life beyond. That's what comes with kicking the door to fear. When fear creeps in and it says no, you have to say no back to fear. You have to tell fear that you do not live here. Life is about limitations. Limitations based on so many things. Then when a chronic illness or whatever comes in, it holds you hostage even more. We all have to find our inner child, the place inside of us that dreams, that hopes, that wishes, that desires to soar higher. That spark that lives in all of us, the light that shines, that makes us uniquely who we are. We have to feel the fear. It reminds us that we're alive. The reality is that no one gets out of here alive. It's morbid, but it's true. It means that we have to take this one single solitary life and live it to whatever our dreams are. In order to do that, you have to stop fear in its tracks. It's crippling, it's hard, and it's scary. But you have a bright light that the world needs to see. What would happen if you did not let your light shine? You need to feel the fear and do it anyway.
If you are interested in speaking at the virtual showcase like these incredible speakers, go to thebigtalkacademy.com and get on the wait list. This 12-week certification program culminates in a virtual showcase for TEDx producers, conference organizers, podcasters, producers, and you will be featured on my YouTube channel. If you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscription button and notification bell so you get access to my most recent video. And I love when you make notes in the comments, and I will always respond. Big love.